Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
If you spent any time outside or even looked out the window, the haze is hard to miss. Rockford organizations cancel events to protect kids during an air quality alert.
Another local library faces controversy over a planned event. Staff members had to get police involved for a club that's existed for years.
And there's business brewing in downtown Rockford. One project breathes new life into an empty space. The other involves an expansion to meet a basic need. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. The smoke from Canada wildfires settles in the state line.
That's caused some outdoor programs and activities to be canceled. All Rockford Park District pools closed at 3 p.m. And both NFL flag football and All-Stars baseball are canceled. Kruger Pool in Beloit is closed today and tomorrow. The Park District there also will not hold its Vernon Park Playground program or Wacky Wednesday at Lesson Park. The smoke could cause issues with the elderly, people with heart and lung issues, and children.
Nicole Delgado visited a local center focused on kids to learn what staff members are doing to keep everyone safe in these conditions. Nicole?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. You know, you can't control the air quality, but I'm told that caregivers are taking precautions and are making sure to monitor the air quality.
Health and safety is our top priority in any child care environment. So we try to stay conscious of what's going on in the environment around us.
And right now, the air quality is on the top of their list for the 90 children they care for. YMCA Children's Learning Center Executive Director Sarah Renneker tells me about one of the experiences they had with one child who needed extra help due to the air quality.
Our lungs are still developing. Some of them do have breathing issues just as part of who they are. We actually had a little guy that, he came to school, he was fine yesterday, and he declined quickly. And we had to end up calling emergency services to come and give him just a little extra support. He's fine now, but he's somebody that has had that underlying condition since infancy. So it's scary. It does present a risk that can sneak up on you. You can be fine 1 second and then all of a sudden can't breathe. So we're very, very conscious of that for our little ones.
At the core of the problem has been a number of fires ongoing across much of Canada this season. The biggest threat to us is the fires to our north in Quebec.
Winds blow from the northeast around that, and that's been bringing that smoke. It came through Wisconsin yesterday and has moved into Illinois today. What we're looking across the area is we have very widespread low visibilities across the entire Chicago and Rockford metro areas, ranging, generally most areas are below 2 miles of visibility. Air quality index readings that are in the unhealthy, very unhealthy category across basically all of northern Illinois.
For people who have sensitive respiratory conditions, asthma, and even folks who don't have any of those types of conditions, it is recommended that they limit their outdoor activity. Sarah says to reduce any risk, they are having all staff and kids stay inside.
It's a huge responsibility to be responsible for so many little lives, especially because every single one of the children we serve is different. They have different needs. Some have higher sensitivities to things. Some don't have very many sensitivities at all, but we need to be able to create an environment where each and every one of them can thrive.
EPA did issue an air quality alert through tomorrow night for all of northern Illinois. National Weather Service in Chicago says we should start seeing a little bit more of a healthier air quality beginning midday Thursday. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Nicole. A man is charged with robbing a Beloit bank. On June 16th, officers responded to a bank downtown. They say David Gober walked in and passed a note demanding money with the threat of force. The 61-year-old left with cash. Then police say he did the same thing at another business. They were able to identify him from video. Gober is charged with robbery by threat and bail jumping.
Belvidere's public library plans a rainbow party this week, and staff members say they've been getting threats about it. It's part of a monthly LGBTQ social group for teens Ida Library has been doing for 2 years. Tomorrow, there's an extra celebration for Pride Month, including a rainbow parade. But Ida's executive director says the library had to limit the comments on its Facebook page because of the things people were saying. Staff also filed a police report against one man making threats who said he was going to shut down the event and block teens from entering.
I've lived in this community for over 50 years, and I have never seen such intolerance It's just unbelievable. And we need to be more tolerant of people who are different from us. I'm not sure people realize, but the suicide rate for LGBTQ teens in the country is 18%. That's 1 in 5 teenagers commit suicide. And the main reason is because they feel they don't belong. They're harassed, they're bullied, and that's just not right.
The Teen Services Library started the Rainbow Club. Organizers want young adults to know staff is there for the teens.
I wanted to create a safe space that I didn't have when I was a kid, a safe space in order to even just know that there were other people out there that might be confused or not sure about what they're feeling, just to be around other peers that's non-judgmental.
Ida Public Library says tomorrow's Rainbow Club will go on at 3. Last night, hundreds of people showed up in Rockton to either support or protest an event featuring a local drag queen at the Talcott Free Library. In the end, library board members voted 4-2 in favor of a story time and Q&A with Crystal Ball. It's scheduled for July 14th.
Downtown Rockford could soon welcome a few new businesses. A brewery is looking to set up on Madison Street, and across the river, a pharmacy is looking to expand into a grocery store. At last night's Rockford committee meetings, council members gave the green light for both projects. Bent Oak Brewing would take over at 125 North Madison Street next to Northern Illinois Optical. It's the old Steele's Garage building. The owner says Bent Oak Brewing will produce a diverse range of craft beers. And the Code and Regulation Committee approved a package liquor license for City Center Market. The pharmacy on West State Street and Church is expanding. The owners say they saw a void in the downtown area for groceries. It plans to offer grocery staples as well as alcohol, prescriptions, and lunch options. Both of these still need to go to the full council to be approved.
Rockford Day may still be 49 days away, but we're getting a sneak peek at all the festivities planned. August 15th or 815 falls on a Tuesday this year. Just because it's during the week doesn't mean there won't be plenty to do. There's a family fun event with face painting and music near Davis Park. For the downtown lunch crowd, there will be live music and food trucks on 1st Street. Rockford Park District will have games and activities at both Food Truck Tuesdays and the Sounds of Summer concert at Sinisippi Park.
You're from Rockford, and you should be damn proud that you're from Rockford. We have a lot of concerns and a lot of challenges, and we need to face those head on, and we do. But this is one day that we set aside, not to forget about those challenges, but to come together as a city and say, you know what, we still have a lot to be proud of.
Mayor McNamara encourages people and businesses to take part by fundraising, volunteering, or collecting donations for a local nonprofit. Social media sites are legally protected from civil lawsuits.
And some lawmakers are now worried about that happening with AI. Coming up, how they hope to change the future of artificial intelligence.
Visibilities are low all across the state line. We'll talk about why this is and also how long we're going to see this last across the area. Coming up a little later in your most trusted forecast.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle joined forces to rein in the potential dangers of artificial intelligence technology.
Raquel Martin shows us at least one politician believes that needs to start by holding companies legally responsible for real-world harms.
This is all about taking power away from the big corporations.
Republican Senator Josh Hawley says he wants to ensure artificial intelligence companies can be held accountable in court.
It's about saying to the moms and dads out there, if some company uses AI to create a deep fake of your kid, you can go sue them.
Along with Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal, Hawley is pushing legislation to explicitly deny AI companies legal protections given to big tech companies such as Google, Twitter, and Meta.
They are immune from suit. You can't take them into court. You can't defend yourself. That is wrong.
At his hearing last month, Democratic Senator Dick Durbin agreed the legal shield known as Section 230 goes too far.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the outcome as I look at online platforms, child exploitation, cyberbullying, online drug sales. I don't want to repeat that mistake again.
Sam Altman, whose company created ChatGPT, said Congress must take a different approach with AI.
I think there needs to be clear responsibility by the companies. We need to work together to find a totally new approach.
But not everyone is so sure.
NetChoice, which lobbies for big tech, warns opening AI companies up for lawsuits could backfire and slow innovation.
And said in a statement, quote, "We already have laws and court decisions on the applicability of Section 230 to AI, and we don't need new laws." But with AI's rapid growth, Hawley is pushing Congress to work quickly and says hearings to discuss next steps will happen very soon. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Big concern around here right now is the air quality.
Now, wildfire smoke from Canada has settled right over the state line. Coming up, Savannah tells us when it could move out, along with the next chance for some storms.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Savannah Brito.
Good evening, everyone. Tuesday's here. We do have hazy conditions all across the state line. This is due to that wildfire smoke from the Canadian wildfires that's mixing down to near surface, reducing visibilities all across the map. Janesville's actually down to just a mile. In Rockford, we're 2.5. Same with Rochelle. 3 miles in Freeport. 4 in Monroe. So everyone is at 4 or under that threshold, and we are going to continue to see this likely into tomorrow and then even into the first half of Thursday. I think this could even affect some of Friday as well. Probably not looking at very unhealthy category as far as Thursday or Friday goes, but that will continue for some. It does include Rockford right now and then even into tomorrow as well. The air quality alert that affects all of southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, every county in the state line viewing area. Everyone should remain indoors. Limit outdoor exposure as much as you can today and then into tomorrow for Wednesday afternoon and evening as well. You can see all across the map though, this is downtown Rockford, Rochelle, all the way to Beloit. You can't get a good look or view at those trees looking towards the horizon, all of those buildings back in the background as well, just because of all that haze and our low visibilities. So that smoke is going to continue, moderate to even heavy levels that we're seeing right now. That will continue tonight into tomorrow as well. Due to that ridge though, that's going to build up. That'll keep smoke around here likely at least through Thursday, probably into Friday and even half of the weekend as well. That's also when our weather pattern slightly changes as we do return the daily chance for storms and then showers. Temperatures right now, a little bit of an underperformance because of that haze. This will continue into tomorrow. We'll see that repeat again. 80 right now in Rockford, 78 in Rochelle, lots of 80s west of the area, 80 in Galena too. 81, 82 is the highest temperature that we're seeing as far as temperatures right now look. So there is sunshine out there, but you can't see that because of all the haze. So we're not seeing anything develop on radar, no showers, really no cloud cover out there as well. But that smoke is hindering us from being able to see all that sunshine. So tonight clouds do build up eventually as we head for daybreak tomorrow morning. That's when we could see a couple of isolated showers, maybe a few thunderstorms as well during the afternoon and evening. You saw that on Futurecast, say between 3, 4, 5 p.m. during the evening, late afternoon, early evening hours. That will continue into Thursday as well. So because of that ridge and the high pressure that's setting up camp just to our southwest, that could mean that the storms ride top of the ridge, on top of that ridge, and with the ridge and jet stream pattern that's set to be near our area, so that does bring back that daily chance of showers, maybe even a couple of stronger to severe thunderstorms as well. This is the Storm Prediction Center outlook for tomorrow. The entire area is included at a lower level marginal risk. Better chances just to our northwest. As we get into the day Thursday though, there's a slightly higher chance, probably a little bit of a better chance as we get closer to the end of the work week on Thursday and then potentially into Friday. But we keep that storm chance through the next several days. 90 on Thursday. So Eric, Mimi, it is going to be a hot one, a little cooler, but then a hot 4th of July yet again.
Reagan, thanks. Or Savannah, thanks. Speaking of Reagan.
She's coming up next with sports.
That's right. Every win's critical as we hit the halfway point of the MLB season. Coming up, we'll find out where the White Sox stand.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The White Sox only have 34 wins on the season, yet they led the majors this year in walk-off wins. And in prime Sox fashion, they are also tied for the most walk-off losses. Sounds about right. But they are trying to turn those tides with this 4-game series in Anaheim that started last night. No score in the first. Player of the week, Luis Robert, hits a solo home run for number 22 on the year, but that was it for the Sox offense. Same score in the fourth. Who else but Shohei Ohtani? He ties hit with his major league best 26th home run. Dylan Cease only allowed that 1 run along with 10 strikeouts. Aaron Bummer takes over with it in the 9th, and this one is sure to be a bummer. Mike Trout easily scores from third after the wild pitch. It's the Sox' 7th walk-off loss of the year, 2-1 the final. They are now 12 games below 500. Game 2 is on deck tonight with another 8:30 start. The Cubbies are finally back stateside and in action at Wrigley tonight. They've got the Phillies in town for the first of a 3-game set, which starts at 7:05. Jamison Talon will be on the bump. Now we are just a day away from the Blackhawks selecting the surefire #1 pick in Connor Bedard. The NHL held its awards ceremony in Nashville last night, and Bedard added to his trophy case by receiving the E.J. Maguire Award of Excellence. The award is given to the candidate who best exemplifies commitment to excellence through strength of character, competitiveness, and athleticism. Bedard led the Western Hockey League with 71 goals and 143 points last season. The Blackhawks announced today that they have agreed to terms with Nick Foligno, who they picked up yesterday in their trade with Boston. Foligno was going to hit free agency on July 1st, but now he has a 1-year contract that runs through next season with a $4 million cap hit. He dressed in 60 games last season with the Bruins, tallying 26 points. The East Summer League tournament wraps up tonight. We started the day yesterday with 16 teams. Now it's down to 4. Let's take a look. Here's where the championship bracket stands for the semifinal games, which tip off at 6 p.m. Pecatonica will face Auburn, and Byron will take on Belvidere North. The championship game will be played at 7 p.m. We'll have those highlights later tonight at 9 and 10. That's sports. We'll be right back.
And we are not forecasting any rain today, but that could be a different story as early as tomorrow. The daily storm chance, even a couple severe storms, that does return to the forecast as early as Wednesday and will last through Saturday. But today, the big story, those unhealthy air quality alerts for the entire state line, deemed very unhealthy, at least for the Rockford area. So limit exposure outdoors as much as you can. Stay inside if at all possible today and into tomorrow. That will linger. We'll see hazy conditions continue for Wednesday, guys.
All right. Thanks, Savannah.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.